I'm an ODM person. So far, I've not changed. And we want to really apologize before our party leader and Azimio leader, Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga, for the unfortunate unfolding at the Lomorukai event. We came with the ultimate intention of celebrating and joining other people, our Turkana community, our Turkana leadership, and to celebrate the culture. Raila Amolo Odinga and his friends from Azimio, other leaders from Azimio, are not new to this county. And it was unfortunate that for those who came for the first time, were not welcomed. And you know, leaders are supposed to rise above small issues. Raila deserves respect. He's a national leader. He's an African leader. He's on top of so many things. And we all know, we don't need to be informed, we all know, we read papers about him. He speaks for this Kenya, he speaks for Africa. He needed his respect. And that is why we are here to apologize as a Turkana nation that whatever happened should not be entertained. Secondly, Raila has so much to be remembered for. One, the devolution that has made Turkana look like our independence began in 2013 is all effort about Raila Amolo Odinga, the person, because of his ability to stand for the truth, to stand for democracy. And when somebody displays a character of the kind of behavior we saw yesterday, you know, Raila has fought for this democracy and he has served himself for the realization of everybody else is able to stand before media and speak freely, act in whatever manner, because he fought for those things. So if somebody thought by displaying a practice that is not very good before Raila would get hurt, I'm telling you, Raila saw the fruits of his own labor. He saw the outcome of what he fought for. When people speak freely, he doesn't mind because that is what he fought for, people to speak freely. But abusing such privileges is what we all condemn. I also know if there is one presidential candidate over time, that it takes a bit longer time in Turkana, moving from one area to the other. I think Raila has put record on that matter. He has never come to Turkana and operate his politics within 3 days. It's always beyond 3 days. So that tells you he has a passion to understand this area. He has a passion to understand the people. He has a passion to understand the problems we go through as a pastoral community. So that is why we love him. That is why we always feel okay in his presence. The moment Raila arrived, it's like they wanted Raila to speak throughout and then to Bonglore to stop, and then Baba to address them. There was that public demand. We also from the reception at the airstrip, everybody arrived there. Town, businesses stopped, not because somebody stopped, but they wanted to stop to hear Raila Amolo Odinga. So let's respect him because he has the majority votes all the time from this county. Last governor was ODM governor. The current one is ODM governor. Raila was on an Azimio ticket. The senator that won in this county last election was an Azimio person, Jubilee. We have MPs, we have MCS. Raila himself as a person got over 70% of the Turkana presidential votes. So allow the people who voted to celebrate their leader when he comes. And then this does not mean we don't respect our sitting president, William Samoei Ruto, Daktari. We respect him. He's our leader. When Raila respects him and he respects Raila, who are we to bring in things in between? Let's respect the leadership. Because, you know, if you don't respect others, you will not also be respected in your time. So we are happy that we are making this on behalf of Turkana leadership. And then the other thing is there was an utterance by one of the woman leader, MCA, that there is a lady who is close to Raila, works with Raila all the time, mobilizes for Raila, but has never been appointed. My support, and I'm here to declare a stand. One, I have not authorized anybody to speak for me. Neither have I told anybody to speak such in a cultural event. We believed the coming of Raila yesterday and his Azimio team people was basically to celebrate the culture. So it was even wrong discussing about appointments in a cultural celebration over our own county. And then secondly, my support for Raila Amolo Odinga is a matter of choice. The ideologies that I love in his politics, there's the bit of politics that is unique about him that we would want to learn from. We are his mentees. So let anybody not take that advantage to create specific embarrassments for such a leader. We condemn that, and I personally say nobody speaks for me. I know where to get Raila Amolo Odinga. Enigma, I know where to get him. So if I have issues, I know how to dress him, not in such a forum. Thank you.
Just to join my colleagues in the disappointments we saw yesterday, I think the world have got to appreciate what Tobong-Lore, the cultural festival, is. When Tobong-Lore was conceptualized, it was from the realization that the Turkana culture had not been exploited. And nobody knew what we were as a people. Again, we wanted to connect with communities across the region, which we share the language, we share the culture together. And that is the Ataker community. So from the inception, by Governor Nanok Emeritus, Governor Nanok, together with the team then, which all of us here participated, came up with this festival. And it grew. It grew very well, and it was known globally. In fact, the success of this Tobong-Lore motivated other communities to begin their cultural festivals. They were not there. Now, what we are seeing and what happened yesterday is going to scare everybody that has been thinking Tobong-Lore is a cultural festival. And that is the fear we have now. This is one governor that has brought Turkana down. The image of Turkana, the growth we've seen before, the successes we have celebrated have been brought down by this governor. This is one governor who has gone with his loose tank to the extent of abusing the president of Uganda, to the extent of abusing the governor of Eastern Equatorial in South Sudan. They're abusing the leadership in Ethiopia. And that has caused trouble with the Turkana pastoralists. Today, the Turkana pastoralists cannot cross over to Uganda because usually during drought, we will see our people crossing over to Uganda in search of pasture and water. But today, they are not allowed to move just because of one dangerous man called Lomorukai. Today, the Turkanas cannot go to South Sudan, across to South Sudan, in search of water and pasture, just because he has created that animosity. What we saw yesterday was very unfortunate. Lomorukai doesn't have papers. He has fake papers, and that we can confirm as ODM family, because we walked that journey together with him. And I don't know what the government is doing with Lomorukai, because that case was supposed to be presented to court. It has taken a whole year before that case is presented to court. So that means Lomorukai has compromised the government system. He has compromised ODPP. He has compromised EACC. Who is Lomorukai in this country? Lomorukai is behaving like above the president and the law. And we want to demand as a leadership. Because Lomorukai is behaving like this because he feels when he says he works with the president, he is protected. We love our president. President Ruto is our president for everybody, irrespective of which party. And he has made that very clear. That is going, and he respects all elected leaders, irrespective of the parties. That is what he has assured us in Parliament. He has asked us to walk to any office, executive office of his government, irrespective of our party or our parties. And we've done that. We've never been stopped from going to any office in government. But there's this one man who feels when he says he works with the president, he becomes like something else. And we want to demand that UDA leadership and the executive of this government distances itself from this man. Because when he says he works with the president and does what we saw yesterday, then it contradicts what the president has said. This man is unfit even for this office. The Turkana people are unhappy. The globe is unhappy with what happened yesterday. We've received that communication. This town is becoming chaotic and unsafe for businessmen. Because you realize most of the businesses in this town are done by non-Turkanas. So you can imagine if those people are identified. Lomorukai uses goons to attack people that don't support his cause, his chaotic cause. Our boys are unsafe. And he says that without mincing it words. That is going to deal with people. And by the way, we want to tell him, we are not worried as a leadership dealing with him. We are only civilized. If he shows, these things, he tells the world that he's a retired warrior. He's just a hooligan. He has never been to any raid. Yeah, he has never there is no history to that effect. He's a hooligan, and that is why he mobilizes boys, the boys who are chokaras in town. He gives them money. What is happening in this county today is extremely unfortunate. Because there is no development going on. This guy collects money. He asks staff to apply for allowances. And these allowances don't go to the staff that apply for this.
1.1 billion.
And when this application is done, then he collects all the money. Goes around ditching money to our local people. He's buying loyalty. And how long will that take? How do you buy loyalty? And then come and lie to the president that he has the whole 100% of the Turkana people. I think he saw that yesterday. Because the Turkana people are tired with him. They are tired with him. 1 year to his term, everybody is tired with him because of his behavior. And they lose tank. This is one guy who can abuse, he can threaten, he can organize goons to beat people. He uses his family. We are told in this town, there is a son to Lomorukai who whisks, a gun to everybody. He threatens everybody. You can imagine what is happening in this town. It is unsafe for everybody. And we want to put it, we want to tell the security team in this town that there is laxity. We are not seeing the security team dealing with this hooliganism. Maybe they are paid, they are compromised. And the only one person who has come out to protect the public in this town has been transferred. The OSPD Lemi Njiru, OSPD Turkana Central, has just been transferred because he's doing his job. He has refused to be compromised. He has refused to be used. That is the guy now who has been taken away. What is happening? We want to ask the chairman of the security team in this county that there is a problem. And that problem, if it is not dealt with, then he takes responsibility. The county commander, who is supposed to lead security, to bring peace in this town and this county, is sleeping on his job. There are raids in Turkana North. Nobody has responded. There are raids in Turkana East and South. Even internally, Lomorukai has created, conflict amongst the Turkanas themselves. What we have seen one community, one clan attacking the other clan, surely, what do we have in this country? So there's a problem. And we want the country security to take this up because it's going to be bad. It is going to be bad for everybody. Thank you.
It's going to be messy. I want to apologize to Baba for what took place. And again, to state very clearly, people tend to forget what they said before they're in leadership. Our governor claims that he controls, is an hooligan, or is a warlord. He confirmed yesterday that, why were you running when I tried to touch a button? That's what he said. It is in the public domain. It is in the media. He said, I tried to touch a button. The guys ran away. So, as the team of Azimio in this county, we want the government to take necessary action against this governor. This governor has become a rogue. Our county commissioner, we caution what the county commissioner of this county does with the governor. We caution him, and we warn you as members of the national leaders. Any statement that we make, county commissioner, I want to remind you, when we speak as leaders. We work for the county government, we work for the national government. And His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, in one of the meetings, told us that you are the one who are representatives of national government on the ground.